Live from Los Angeles, welcome to Good Morning La La Land. I'm Dr. Aaron.
Hi, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jess Moyer. This is Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Also available on Apple TV and Roku via the EverTalk app.
And it's hashtag Transformation Tuesday. We're going to talk about how life is the ultimate mirror. How deep do you want to go? We come together every day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, align with universal law, and have amazing guests right here in La La Land.
Indeed, right? Diving down the rabbit hole today, huh?
We are.
Absolutely. On hashtag Transformation Tuesday, we're so excited to welcome our very special guest. Good morning, everyone, back in the studio.
Good morning.
Hello. We've got Fiona Drake in the house. She is a transformational mindset coach and motivational speaker. How are you, Fiona?
Hey, good morning. I'm great. Thank you so much.
So here on Good Morning La La Land, we like to know, what's your morning routine? How do you start your day?
Well, I always start my day with some meditation, and I never fail to do some affirmations, always in the mirror. So I tend to do some music and some movement as well. So meditation, affirmations, music, and movement for me.
Love it. I want to start my day with your accent.
Right?
So good.
Yeah, totally.
Thank
Great.
you.
Well, thank you for being with us. Ryan Reed is in the house. He is the owner of Thrive. It's a personalized subscription-based fitness program. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning.
We want to know all about this hashtag booty guide on Transformation Tuesday later in the show. But first, how do you start your day? What's your morning routine?
Right when I get up, I text my assistant. So I have about 10 employees that we have in Arizona, and it's like having kids. You know, you got to make sure they're on time. Got to make sure their shirt's tucked in. So I give them a text, make sure that everything's good, and then I go into my training around 7 a.m. And I have 4 girl groups pretty much all day. I train about 60 girls a day.
Love that. They're also like your kids because you got to send them money.
Exactly. Yes.
So,
very true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being with us.
Of course.
The gorgeous and digital marketer. There we go. From Speechless Dresses in the house. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning.
I'm so excited that you're here with us. You know, I'm wearing the Jordan exclusive from
Beautiful.
Speechless today.
I love it. It looks amazing.
Thank you. So tell us, how do you start your day? What's your morning routine?
Well, I start my day. I first go on my phone. I read the Daily Mail just because I like to know what is going on in the world. And then honestly, I'm a hot mess in the morning. I like to find something that's super easy to throw on, aka why I'm wearing this jumpsuit. It's a Speechless jumpsuit. And it looks like it took me like an hour to get ready, but honestly, it takes me 10 minutes. I'm out the door, and then I cannot start my day without a cup of coffee. So there I go.
There you go. Fit right in here at Good Morning La La Land with the coffee.
And lots of it. Well, thank you so much for being with us. We've got Christina Kirkman in the house. She's an actress and the breakout star from Own's Ambitions. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So how does an actress like you start her day? What's your morning routine?
I will let you know in 20 minutes when I'm awake. No, I don't have any specific routine. I do try when I'm working and I know I have to be on set to avoid being on my phone, avoid being on social media. When I am not working, I like to surf in the morning if I have the opportunity. I love the ocean, and I find that when I'm able to do that first thing in the morning, it kind of sets a positive tone for the day. But really just a lot of coffee and trying to make it out of bed. So that's my morning routine.
Love that. I don't think we've had anybody who's mentioned surfing first thing in the morning.
For the
have we?
women, for
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
Yeah,
First
I
time?
love that.
Love it.
Very La La Land of you. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank
We're looking
you.
forward to continuing the conversation later in the show.
How are you guys?
I'm fantastic. How you doing?
I'm good. I went down to that amazing shoot with Alish yesterday. It was amazing. It was a little bit intimidating just because you have to get topless. I mean, you don't show your breasts in the thing, but it's for a cause. It is for basically anti-bullying and also just having us wake up to the inner dialogue that we have.
I
And
love
so
that.
they had me basically write down kind of all the negative things that have even been said to me or say to myself, and then all the positive things, and then they write that on your back, on your arms, and then they take photos of
You
you.
only get a couple hours. I mean, how long do you get to? I would be writing for days. All the things
You
that.
only have 4.
People have-
So what would be the 4
Four
most
things, okay.
negative, right?
I was going to say, because you could write endlessly about the negative things that
Right,
have been
yeah.
said about your, about you by somebody else or by yourself.
So what do you tell yourself? What are the
Incredible.
worst 4 things that are kind of like your commands, if you will?
I don't know. I'd like not to remember if possible.
Well, it's really an incredible movement and campaign that they have taken worldwide. I also had the opportunity to shoot with them just a couple months back, and my 4 words were mirrors of each other, talking about who you see in the mirror today. So I was a daydreamer and a night thinker. I was perfectly imperfect. right? I was light and I was dark and I was peace and I was pain. What were you, Erin?
I think, well, I mean, working with so many people on the limiting beliefs, it's like there's core beliefs. Mine are very much in alignment. So mine were not enough, unlovable, divided, and what else? Lonely. If I'm really in a bad place, I go to like, oh, I'm alone and I'll always be alone, and that kind of thing. But I think that's what all human beings, basically, I'm not enough or I'm divided. Those are pretty much the primary principles of the ego. And then the opposite was I'm divine, goddess, God, love,
Oh, love
Bam,
that.
Yeah. So it was really beautiful. I was there right when it was the, beautiful hour when the sun was kind of setting, so it was gorgeous.
When do we get to
light
see the
coming in.
pics?
I don't know. Well, somewhere on my IG story last night, but of course I'm sure they'll hopefully edit a lot of them.
Hey, I'm all for filters. Filters, Photoshop, whatever you need.
I'm going down
to
to like
use.
this whole vulnerable thing, and I'm like, well, I better get a spray on tan when I go down there.
Look,
because
I still want to
guess
put my best foot forward, no doubt.
It's like hilarious.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm so excited I get to share with you a little for a Say Yes to the Dress homecoming style edition. So there I am right there with one of our young girls that she said yes to the dress. They set up a red carpet and we took a walk down it just like it was the runway, had a little red carpet moment at the end, and it was so incredible to witness these girls, some of them had never dressed up in this way before, get to be totally gowned out for Speechless, and it just brought out their inner star. I mean, this girl, she was like, hello, I have arrived. I mean, she hardly spoke the entire time, and when she had this dress on, she was like a new girl. It was just so fun to be able to connect with them and, just come together in community with Girls Inc. and with Speechless and just give back.
I love that, Jess. How
That's so
incredible.
perfect.
What an amazing event.
It was really beautiful. So that's why Jordan's here. And, we can share more about why Speechless and Girls Inc. came together and what the experience was really like for those of us who were there.
Hashtag leave them speechless.
There you go.
That's right.
That's right. So today is Transformation Tuesday. We know that everything always starts with transformation in mind. So a friend of mine had sent me one of my posts, and it said, life is the ultimate mirror. And they said, thanks so much. That really, I see that every day now. And I was just praying and thinking on that and meditating on that and getting how profound, if people understood the perfection to precision of how life is the ultimate mirror. And I want to ask you guys, like, how much do you believe that? Like if there's a car accident or if there is like a child that comes from a cracked mom, like how much do you believe it is the total absolute mirror of consciousness?
I'd say you get the essence of what you put out. The essence. I wouldn't say that you get specific details exactly, because for a long time I was like visualizing, imagining, feeling very much like I was a, multi-billionaire. I didn't get exactly that, but I got the essence of that, which was a feeling and experience of true prosperity, and then additional prosperity followed. So for me, I think the challenge and the opportunity is to sort of prioritize peace, and then I find that prosperity follows. I mean, peace is the highest and truest and greatest prosperity. But I wouldn't say that I see it detail-oriented as much as I do sort of experience the essence of what I put out. I don't know. What do you think?
What do you think, Jess? Just for you. And there's no right or wrong answer. Just curious to know what you got, conscious conversation around it.
Well, sure. I feel like my life is magic and I'm proof that miracles exist, but that doesn't mean I haven't experienced extreme heartache and trauma in my own life. And I don't know if that's necessarily that it was a mirror of who I am, but they were certainly realizations that I needed to learn, things that happened to me that I used to grow from. I don't necessarily believe it was anything more than that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What do you think?
I think it's 1,000% exactly, precisely a mirror of consciousness. But you have to understand, consciousness is not my individual consciousness. My consciousness is the collective and the cosmic. And so when I look at it from that perspective, I think that it is down to the wire of every last thing, from an accident to the greatest, miracle to everything is exactly like so profound, like a mathematical equation that radiates out that would blow our mind if we understood the precision of it.
Yeah, I can. That definitely resonates with me, and I can also see how people might be challenged by that because they say, "Look, we're here in LA, we're on a TV show, and we're all doing really, really well. What about the people that are suffering and struggling, and they're in the, they're sex workers in Calcutta, and how can they make sense of that?" And I'm not saying that any of this isn't exactly true the way you said it, but it makes it hard to empathize from that perspective unless you're coming from a really high.
And I don't believe what I'm doing is anything better than the sex worker in that life is here to awaken us, and that I don't believe the crack baby said, I want to be born to a crack baby. It's that it is the outpicturing of what's going on in the collective and cosmic consciousness, and we're all the effect of that. And it doesn't mean that I've gone through rape,
Well said.
I've gone through heartache, I've gone through car accidents where I've flipped in a car. So what is that relative perspective? And 1,000%, it's here to awaken us up. But the point is this, it's a conscious conversation. There's no right or wrong answer, but it is something to look at your life and look at the world and see the mirror that it is. And what's reflecting back is really always the opportunity for growth. And that's the point.
Absolutely. And I love this too, Erin, because you speak to it, and you speak to it so eloquently, which is that, no matter what's happening around you, no matter what the situations and circumstances of your life are, you always have the opportunity, the option to pivot in a much more constructive, positive, happy, healthy, wealthy, peaceful way. And by doing so, you can affect change in your life in dramatic ways, sometimes ways that you can't see or understand even as you affect that change. Right? And so I think it's really about moving from a place of being a victim or feeling like a victim to a place of being, overcomer. Right?
Yeah.
True transformation.
That's right. So anyway, it's a great conversation, one of my favorites for sure. Knowing Transformation Tuesday always begins in consciousness, always from the truth source. So stay tuned, we'll be right back as we find out about our guests and how they have transformed their lives. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. I'm Jez Moyer, the co-founder and host of EverTalk TV, and I am thrilled to introduce you to America's first live video streaming talk show network.
I'm so excited to be here on the couch with all you amazing people. I'm just in complete awe. Thank you.
Happy to be here. And for those who don't know what goes on, this is a big old, there's a lot going on here. You do this every day.
Live.
God bless you guys. I mean, people, there's a lot going on.
Thank you for having me. This is an awesome studio.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I feel that, actually. I can feel that.
How exciting Motivation Monday. And the guests this morning have been incredible.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you.
And we have Rachel Boston, who is in The Last Bridesmaid on Hallmark. It actually is dropping tomorrow, the 22nd, right?
It is. Tomorrow night's our premiere.
Woo!
Congratulations! I am so excited to welcome Jason and Ashley Waller to the show. Congratulations on the new beginnings. We're so excited for the premiere on MTV tonight.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Thank you.
The book is actually being shipped out today. It published this week.
Wow, congratulations.
You guys are the first show that I've actually done talking about the book.
I think this is my first time my book's been up on TV. This is awesome.
Our friends at Universal Pictures have a special delivery for us this morning from a tethered himself.
Ooh.
Have you seen the film Us by Academy Award winner Jordan Peele?
You know, I'm sitting here next to you guys, and it's just like, this is a powerful moment for me. Like, I'm humbled by it, because it's like I'm sharing this movie with you guys, and it's moving for me.
What are you most grateful for today?
I am so grateful to be here and to have the opportunity to be with all these wonderful, badass boss babes and with all of you. And it's just a wonderful opportunity to share the positive messages out in the world, because I think the world really needs it right now.
What we've done and thanking me for the contribution we're making to their lives.
Oh,
and I thought,
nice. That's
this
great.
is what my purpose is. This is why I was born.
Now, show the camera.
Up to you to choose the winner. Is it Annie? Is it Haley?
That's why I like this show. You know, years ago I did the Dinah Show, which is Dinah Shore, and it was a daytime show. And it was kind of like this. And it was just like very up, and it was all positive stuff. They didn't bring negative stuff to the audience. And that's what I feel with this show. It's very relaxed. You know, it's very professional, but it's quite a bit of fun.
You can binge watch and binge watch.
You can binge watch.
And you can binge watch. Binge watch, or you can binge watch. Please binge watch.
You can binge watch
And binge them on EverTalk TV. Thanks for coming. Bye.
First TV experience. I'm so happy I did it with you.
empower you. Anytime, anywhere, on EverTalk TV, your home for talk.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La Land. Transformation Tuesday, we are transforming scarcity into abundance. We are transforming your being brokenness into being wealthy. We have Susanna Dakar in the house. She is the founder of Altus Pro and is going to help us transform it. So tell us a little bit about what that is.
Oh, Altus Pro definitely changes lives, and it is changing the world at the same time. So Altus is home to the world's most powerful investment. We help everyone, rich and poor. We help them invest smart, build their life and business, and once they're successful, pay it forward to change the world.
So you're going to change this is a big mission.
This is a big mission.
It's a big promise.
What's working so far, we've had amazing stories dealing with all walks of life, and it just works at the end of the day.
Would you share with us maybe one of the success stories?
Yeah, certainly. Gosh, there's many. One that really comes to mind is a client of ours in Australia. He's been through a lot. He's seen prison time, he's seen addiction, he's seen homelessness, lost everyone around him because of his actions and wrong decisions in life. We actually found him through someone in the street randomly who gave me a call and said, "Can you help this guy out? Do you have a house?" I said, "Why not? Sure. Bring him in, let's talk to him." We had him invested smart with our investment, so straight away the focus went from I've got no money, I'm really struggling in life, to it's real, I'm seeing hope now. And he actually says, and I speak to him regularly, that the addiction from drugs changes naturally to success. So essentially, we've got him invested smart, we've rebuilt his life in a business, so now he's earning really good money, and now he's paying it forward and helping other people that were in his position as well.
One of the things I read on your site that really resonated with me was the difference between rich and poor was action and opportunity.
Definitely.
But I know you've witnessed a great distinction in rich and poor growing up.
Yes.
Take us back.
Yes, growing up. I grew up in a third world country. I lived a very protected life. That was Papua New Guinea. However, my mother, who was in the legal industry there, always made me see what the world was like. Instead of putting me in the expat school as a child, she made sure I went to the local school. So I had to cross the river every day to go to the village school. And we saw, the same things with conflicts that we're seeing nowadays as well in Papua New Guinea, because there's this great gap between rich and poor there as well. It's a very mineral-rich country and beautiful culture. And then from growing up as a young child in such a multicultural country, it's really carried with the family, with myself as well and my daughter, to be friendly to all walks of life, all culture.
Love that. So tell us what the investment is. So say the homeless guy he starts to get a traditional job and starts to build some money and he starts to invest. What is the investment?
Yeah, sure. Look, we're across all types of investments. So we've defied odds with property, we've defied odds with stocks, we've defied odds with currencies. Our performance investment is as simple as we can make it, because it's looking at the intellect and the creatures of habit behind companies and behind performance of companies and stocks and currencies. So once people decide, you know what, I want to invest smart, they literally come to us, they join the membership, they follow 5 basic rules and 30 seconds a day. That's all it takes them to make that investment. And
so what's the difference between a wealth management company and your company?
I think the difference is we change lives, and that's what it comes down to. A wealth management company, people have to have money to start with. People come to us no matter their journey, and as our clients say, we care. That's a big thing. And the wealth management company, they're dealing with currencies and Wall Street, whereas our performance investment returned 328% net on capital last year. That's far greater than Forex. On the weekend, Saturday, 9% on capital, Sunday, 4% on capital. You just can't beat that. And the best thing about it is it comes with a profit guarantee as well.
Wow. And that you're also paying it forward. We know that's a really important
and
mission.
that's the most important part of it, because with wealth management companies, and let's look at the world as a whole with investment, you have to have money to start with to invest. The only difference between that person A and that person B is that decision to change and that decision to act upon an opportunity, and that's what we've created. So we're helping, you know, the world's richest because they want a piece of this pie with this investment. And our rule is, okay, if we're going to help you, you've got to pay it forward.
So when a person becomes a member, what are some of the other rules? You mentioned 5 rules. What are some of those rules?
1, don't break the rules. So we're all about discipline and integrity. So
that means they're for sure going to break the rules.
No, because if they do break the rules, we say, sorry, your membership stops. That's what we're about, and that doesn't matter what type of person it is, because it comes down to the only way you get successful in life, whether it's investment, business, or career, is discipline. You've got to be disciplined. So once they join, we go through those 5 rules with them. 1, never risk too much. We always have a fixed risk. That's when our profit guarantee is upheld. 2, always get in when markets first open because they see the best return then. And 3, essentially don't break the rules. It's the hardest thing to tell people because they see so much positive growth so quickly, and we just say stay consistent. So.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all this very insightful information. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
Oh, look, we're at www.altus.pro. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're worldwide. So
fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow. Good morning, La La Land.
Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. I'm GMLA, the co-founder and host of EverTalk TV, and I am thrilled to introduce you to America's first live video streaming talk show network.
You can binge watch and binge watch.
You can binge watch.
And you can binge watch, or you can binge watch. Please binge watch.
You can binge watch
and binge them on EverTalk TV. Thanks for coming.
Bye. That will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere on EverTalk TV, your home for talk.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land on hashtag Transformation Tuesday. We have the owner of Thrive Specialized Training in the house, Ryan Reed. Thanks so much for being with us.
Man, thanks for having me. I
Your
really appreciate it.
hashtag Booty Guide has a lot of people talking.
Yeah. So, I mean, everyone wants a butt. You know, girls want a booty. So
I want to get rid of my
booty. Hey, no, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not letting that happen. Not on my watch.
I just want to put that to mine. So what was your journey to becoming the fitness expert?
Yeah, so I played pro basketball for 5 years. I played in Europe. So when I was 27, in the prime of your career, usually when you're a basketball player, I had a back injury and it wiped me out. So I'm at 27. I got cut from my team because I'm hurt. I have no money, living with my grandma, and I have no job. So it's not a good look for me right now at 27, to say the least, right? So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to be a trainer. And I did it in San Diego, where I'm from, for about 6 months. It was going decent. And then my good friend, who actually plays for the Lakers now, his name is Jared Dudley. I grew up with him. He played for the Suns at the time. He said, move to Scottsdale. I'm like, you know what, done. Nothing holding me back, I'm gonna go. And from then on, I moved about 7 years ago, and I worked my butt off, and my dedication and grinding, and now is where it is. We have about 400 clients in person, about 100 people online, 4 locations. We opened up San Diego last week, opening up LA soon, New York, China, Beijing, everywhere.
So I have a question for you. We're talking a lot about life being a mirror.
Yes.
How much do you find out of those clients, 400 clients,
yes.
a lot of people, how much do you feel like their mind and their consciousness is playing into the actual outpicturing of their body?
It's everything. Because, when you're a girl, you're very sensitive to how you look, how others look, how you see yourself in the mirror. a lot of girls struggle with dysmorphia, which is you look in the mirror and you don't see an accurate picture of what you look like.
Totally.
It's because what society brings to you and what your friends bring to you and what they tell you should look like. And like you just said, you want to get rid of your butt. Some girls say get a butt. Some girls say, okay, perfect. There you go. Good, good, good. So everyone's telling these girls how they should look, and the important part is how you want to look, how you feel about yourself. And so, getting that mental aspect along with getting right physically and getting healthy, it goes a long way, because I tell my girls all the time, as you look better, you're going to look in the mirror more, and it's easy to get more insecure as you look better, because now you're in the mirror perfecting things that you would never even look at, because now, you're just in the mirror all the time. And so the mental aspect plays a big part.
I stand in front of the mirror and look at my ass all day long.
Hey, there you go, as you should. There you go. Hey, more power to you.
So
hey, as you should.
So clearly, you're an expert at helping other people transform their lives.
Yes.
But you've also transformed yours.
100%.
When you had the injury, first of all, you were basically living my dream life as a professional basketball player, right?
Yes.
So when you had that injury, how hard was it to transform your life from that point, and what helped you the most?
Man, it was devastating for me. As a person who grew up an All-American, the best person on their team, for me to be a 27-year-old, man now, and not be able to do what I love and what I've been working for my whole life was it was hard. I had to get over some serious mental aspects of being able to even get out of bed. Because I'm I worked my whole life for 27 years to get to this point, and now I'm getting paid to play, and now I just can't. It was hard. So I had to find a new passion. I'm a very passionate person.
And you knew for sure the career was over?
I knew for sure, man, my back couldn't move. And I tried to go play some pickup, and I wasn't playing well, and I was I'm not used to this. I don't like this feeling.
I don't like it.
I don't like not being able to play basketball. And so I was I have to be healthy and do what's next best for me. And that was helping people. And my goal in life, my calling was basketball for the first 27 years. And then I found this new passion of mine of helping people be better people. And I was this is what I want to do. I'm all in with this. And it transformed into only pretty much women, because I grew up in an all-women household. My mom is here, my cousins, my grandma, it was women all the time. And so it's perfect how Thrive became an pretty much all women concept, and I love it. I relate with women really well, and I can see things that they can't see about themselves, and that empowerment, that women empowerment movement, I'm totally on board with.
So let's get down to the...
Let's go, come on.
I've gotten my mind straight.
Here we go.
I committed to you,
yes.
And I'm in the gym.
Okay.
What are the things? What are the top 3 things I can do to get it tight and right?
Okay, so whatever you want to do with your body, you have to make sure that eating is number one.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to gain weight, lose weight, trim, anything, our diet has to be right. And I'm not a guy who's super strict on diet. I've never been that. I've been about being sustainable. Portion control. I'm never going to say don't eat that. I'm going to say eat a little bit of that.
It's a lifestyle.
You don't
exactly.
It's a lifestyle. Yes, exactly. Perfect. There you go. And the next thing is busting your ass in the gym. You got to work hard. People don't know what really hard work is in the gym. They go in with their iPhone, they're texting, they're talking, searching for music. That's not working hard. You gotta bust ass in the gym, and that's in 45 minutes for an hour of getting in them supersets. You do one set, you don't rest for 3 minutes. I feel like that might be you. Hey, I don't know why, but I get a feeling that might be you.
It's time for my
yeah, exactly, selfie, boom. So you gotta go superset.
Okay,
And
I missed that one.
Yeah, I got you. You know what? While I'm here, I got you.
I'm not gonna let you slip.
I'm not gonna let it slip. So, busting your ass in the gym, diet, and also having that mindset, like you say, of just I'm gonna kill this. And the more confidence you have with anything, but especially getting right physically and mentally, it's huge, because you're putting yourself at a higher level to succeed if you're here.
Okay, so I have a question then for
Okay.
Because I work so hard during the week, it's really hard to work out. I was wondering, could I just work out for 3 days on the weekend and have it all work out?
Absolutely not.
No.
100% no.
Really?
That's a hard no on that. This is what you can do. You can get 20 minutes a day. I don't want to hear anything
but
from
if
you.
I
You can get
hair,
20 minutes a day. 20 minutes a day can go so long if you do it right.
Okay.
20 minutes a day of doing a set, playing on your phone, blah, 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 that's not going to work. But if you go 20-minute superset circuit, sprint, superset circuit, that's all you need.
Okay.
And we can all find 20 minutes. I don't care what any mom has to say. I don't care what any business owner has to say. We can find 20 minutes. Get up earlier or go to bed later.
No
and
excuses.
We can do that. No
it's
excuses.
Time to thrive.
It's time to thrive.
Tell everyone where they can follow you.
So I'm at Ryan Reed Thrive. and my website is ryanreedthrive.com. And those are my two main sources of social media, my website and my Instagram. And check it out. It's about empowerment. We empower everyone, women especially, but it's all about positivity, encouragement, determination.
All right.
Awesome.
Yes,
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much, Ryan.
My man,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
We'll be right
Thank you.
back
Yes,
tomorrow.
sir.
So awesome.
Yep.
It is hashtag National Sour Candy Day. We want to thank our special friends from Pucker Powder for treating us today.
Hey, what is this?
What is?
I don't know. It's like a.
Leave it to the DIY experts.
It's a sugar hookah. This looks like what I would fill up my car with, the tires. The air thing.
For those of you watching who haven't met Tanya Mimi, she is an Emmy-nominated host.
Oh my God, you're so
Southwest House, Homer Colton family. She's a DIY expert and she's always up for a challenge. So why not give her this sour? Here we go, Tanya.
Oh, come on. Shut up.
Woo! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Come on.
She's up for it.
It's this one?
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land on Transformation Tuesday. We're going to talk about having some ambitions. You may have seen Christina Kirkman on OWN on Ambitions. Welcome.
Thank
How are
Thank
you,
you guys.
gorgeous?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Good. Fabulous.
So it's been a minute since we saw you on All That.
Yes.
One of you, the funniest kids in America.
It's been a few minutes.
Yes, making the transition from comedy to drama. What's this been like for you?
Yeah, I think I was super intimidated. Ambitions was my first drama. I find that I use comedy more as a tool in my everyday life, and my mom would say otherwise. But when I booked Ambitions, I was super intimidated because it's very much a drama show. And I just didn't know if I had the tools to do it. And you kind of realize as an actor, you have all the tools, you just have to access them. And it helps with, I play Lori, who's very much a modern day femme fatale character. And, I'd show up to set and be super nervous. We'd have 3 a.m. call times, and Will Packer was there, and Lionsgate. But once you get into like the wardrobe and the hair and makeup, it's like I was ready.
Dress the part, become the part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the premise of the show.
The PG premise. Ambitions is everything, I guess, that you would want in a guilty pleasure. It's sex and betrayal and politics and deceit, which all, I guess, go together. It is a lot of people trying to gain power and kind of the extent that they go to and the crazy things they do to obtain that power. It takes place in Atlanta. It's centered mainly around Robin Givens and just the crazy people she meets along the way and the crazy things we do.
Seems like it never ends well.
It never ends well. Especially for my character. I've kind of been like the butt of every joke. It's kind of like, oh, this must be Lori. Someone's poisoned. Must be Lori. So I'm always on the defense.
Oh, you're that girl.
I am that girl. So
Do you find that playing parts like this like informs your life at all? Is it or influenced your life at all? Like off camera?
Well, I have to be careful saying this, but I do think in a lot of ways, Lori is my alter ego. So not to the extreme.
We all
Like
have
she's a little
side.
crazy. But I think, I think that I was pretty much a confident person before I took on this role, and then I realized had I booked this role maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I wouldn't have done as well as I think that I could have done now. Because she's very confident, and you can't show any nerves in this role. So I think that it definitely made me more confident as a person. And Lori is very used to kind of captivating a room when she walks in and getting her way, and doesn't like to show her emotions. And I relate to that of once I start feeling like I'm showing emotions or being vulnerable, I kind of shut down and overcompensate, and Lori does that. So I kind of played that up.
You started in Hollywood at such a young age. Is there anything you wish you would have known then that you know now?
No, my experience was actually different than most child actors. I won a competition, Are You All That? The Funniest Kid in America. I was a normal kid. I was a gymnast. I watched SpongeBob. I was just normal. And then just one day I was living in Melrose, Massachusetts, and the next I was shooting All That in Hollywood, having never been an actor. So I still had that groundedness of being just a normal kid working in the industry. And I got out of it in time where I was able to go to high school and go to college and then make the decision to come back out as an adult. So I was never like jaded as a kid. In my head, I just thought I was like showing up to this big playground and like playing with my friends.
You were?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, essentially. So there's nothing that I would tell myself then, and I'm happy I did make the decision to go home and be a normal kid and now do it as an adult.
So today we're talking a lot about life being the mirror and outperfection in great ways and horrific ways. How much do you believe that life is the ultimate mirror, and to the extent of total perfection to just kind of a, somewhat of a reflection? What do you feel?
Yeah, I had I guess it's hard too, because some people who know me from All That and now see me on Ambitions is like, oh, well, you were on All That, now you're on Ambitions. Where was, that was easy.
Right.
I graduated Emerson College with broadcast journalism and didn't think I was going to do acting again. And then when I realized I did not want to be a journalist, I came back to LA, and I was a series regular as a kid, so I'm like, this is going to be a breeze. Like, I know everybody in the industry. I've already done this. And then everything was completely different. I mean, there were social media stars now getting TV shows because they had a big following, and the people I knew in the industry were no longer there, and I had no money, and I had no recent experience, and I had to kind of start all over and kind of hustle. I was working as a PA in the front desk of Equinox. So yeah, and the same thing happened this time around. I booked Ambitions, and the second I booked it, we went through, I lost some family members, and I was in between 3 states, and I was dealing with so much, and I kept feeling like, why is this happening to me? What's going on? Like, I felt like I was putting out what I wanted into the universe, or working at being, the person I wanted to be, and things just kept not going my way. So yeah, I think it's a lot about like your attitude, and my friend really made a really good analogy the other day. She said I think of the ocean as like the most peaceful place. Like when I'm floating in the ocean, it is the most peaceful place, but it can be the most stressful. It depends on how you look at it.
Yes.
Right. So it can either be super peaceful, or you can feel like you're drowning and you're overwhelmed. And I think it's just how you look at it.
And so much of it is about relaxing.
Right.
Being able to relax,
Right.
even in the midst of taking action.
For sure.
Right? I think that's part of the challenge, at least in my life. It's been like to not take desperate, needy, like stressful action.
For sure. Yeah.
So when did the shift happen for you? When suddenly things began to line up, at least in terms of the show? Was there anything specific that you did that caused it to line up, or was it just persistence and eventually it sort of just?
I mean, I say this, people say like, oh, well, what advice do you give somebody that wants to be an actor? And I'm like, I need advice. Like, I don't know what to do. There's no right way to do this. I will say you just need one yes. In whatever it is that you want to do, you need one yes. And when you look at it that way, it makes everything a little bit less intimidating. And along the way, even though there were a lot of kind of negative things that happened, there would always be like a small glimpse of hope or something that would keep me holding on. So it was persistence. In the moment, it always felt like things weren't going my way, but when I kind of zoom out, I do see little things that happened that I maybe didn't realize then. But yeah, it was persistence, and then you go through so much that I'm very grateful in some poetically weird way that I have gone through so much weird stuff. Because it really kept me focused on what I wanted to do, and I realized that I don't want to do anything else, and I'm willing to deal with 1,000 no's and maybe not working for 8 months because.
But you got the one yes, and you're on
I got the one
Ambitions
yes,
now.
yes.
Well, thank you so much for being here and
Thank
sharing
you.
your truth. We do appreciate it. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow.
Oh, yes, I am on the Instagram machine at Christina Kirkman. I am recently on Twitter. Come by, be nice, say hi at ckirkman7.
I love
and
that.
Ambitions Own. We're on a mid-season finale, but we will be back in the fall.
Love that. Be nice.
Thank you. Yes, be nice, please.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
I'm Jasmine Moyer, host of Good Morning La La Land on EverTalk TV. As a little girl with big dreams, I couldn't stop talking. I turned that into a career of premieres and red carpets and even a talk show. And recently, I had my aha moment. I was hosting a live event. A woman who represented a national cancer support community gently pulled me aside from the glitz and the glam, and she thanked me for mentioning their program on my show. Because of those few words that I had spoke on air earlier that week, one of our viewers battling cancer reached out and got the financial and emotional support she so desperately needed. I'm so grateful to have experienced that moment, a moment that truly reflects how much conversation and community matters. We need more of what matters. It is my passion and purpose to create content and lead a conversation that will ignite the light in my community and empower them to live their best lives, starting today. I'm GMLA, and I'm a host on EverTalk TV. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We have got a transformational mindset coach and motivational speaker in the house, Fiona Drake. Thanks so much for being with us.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice. You are a transformational coach on a transformational Tuesday. What does transformation mean to you?
Well, it's been a huge journey for me. And I suppose what I've tried, well, not tried, but I have transformed, and certainly in the last 2 to 3 years, with a huge transformation in the last year in so many different ways, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So I've been on a huge journey, certainly for the last 2 or 3 years. And for me, I've now stepped into the person that I always could have been. And it's really, really beautiful for me to have experienced that.
How'd you do that? I think everybody wants to do that, right? So how did you do that?
I think the universe coaxed me and cajoled me into
coaxing
this.
It always does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I listened to that. And actually what tends to happen is when you force things, you know that the door isn't going to open, but actually all of a sudden these synchronicities come along, and before you know it, you're in a different world. And things that you would never ever have experienced or imagined actually start to then get into alignment. So it's been an incredible journey.
What was one of those things for you personally?
I think there's been a number of things. From a physical transformation, the last 2 years I've shed 4 stone after being a...
How much is that?
In fact, I've prepared
Skip
this.
that
So
class.
56 pounds.
Whoa, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So because I'd done the work on my mental and emotional well-being, I then wanted to sort of square the circle and work on my physical aspect as well. So that was a transformation. And because I'd worked as a sales and marketing director in a quite a masculine world, when I was working in that world, I had lots of masculine energy. I did things by force and control. And then what happens is in life, you then get a little bit of a message. If you're not prepared to do something, then your body gives you a little bit of a wake-up call. And thankfully, I did listen to that. And that then set me on a journey of self-discovery to realize that there were different and smarter and better ways of doing things. And so what I do now in what I do is essentially I'm the woman I needed 2 to 3 years ago to show amazingly powerful, successful women that there is a different way. You don't have to use force and control.
So what is the common block, if you will, in these women that is keeping them from being limitless or reaching their full potential?
I think what I'm finding now, certainly for myself, it was about maintaining and upholding a reputation and doing it in the best way that I knew how. But actually that isn't sustainable. And so what you then get is burnout and overwhelm. I got to the point where I was sort of working 65 hours a week. I was not eating the right things, not seeing friends, not socializing. And so what I did was I almost put everything into performing and succeeding, but actually then realizing there was a better way of doing things, like using your intuition, getting into flow, working with things like the law of attraction and the law of vibration, which is what I work with now. And that's the core essence that we can now essentially create the life that we desire.
So let's talk about that. So today we're talking about how life is a mirror, okay? And we know it can outpicture in horrific ways. It can get in that flow state you're talking about. So take us through how, clearly it's not like, okay, first, do you believe that? Clearly you do. How now do you get into that flow state where you see life as a mirror and you're actually in flow and more demonstrating what you do want to demonstrate?
I think it's first of all understanding what in flow is and identifying it. For me, it's about having that toolkit at your disposal that you can reach into and go to that you know can raise your vibration. Because we don't always wake up in the morning, do we? Fabulous and in alignment. And actually, you can wake up one day and the weather's not so good, you've stubbed your toe. You can actually make a choice every day to have an amazingly brilliant day. So you can choose it. You can then raise your vibration by maybe listening to music. You asked me the question at the beginning of the show about what I do in the morning, and that sets me up in the morning, and I can really walk out of the front door with my best foot forward. So it's about having that toolkit, I think, and believing that actually we are abundant beings and everything will always work out. Even though sometimes we don't understand it, and we can be sometimes at a loss and not knowing which way to go. If you lean into that, which is what I have done, and taking this leap of faith, so after 29 years walking away from the corporate world, the pension, the nice salary, the company car, to realise I now have a different path and a different purpose has been a massive transformation to me. And it's made me realise the reason why I went through all of that, and I didn't understand it at the time, was to get me to this point now.
Chills, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
Always perfect, always perfect.
Go ahead. You know, one of the challenges that I've had, and I wonder what your experience has been, is, you know, for a long time I struggled with law of attraction because I felt very strongly that I needed to see it exactly the way I wanted it to happen, and I need to visualize it exactly the way I wanted it to manifest. And that, for me, was a very stressful kind of experience. And sometimes I would notice that even if I did that right, sometimes something better would come and sometimes something different would come. But how much of it do you need to really see in advance in order for it to unfold in the way that you want, and how much of it is something different than that?
I think you ultimately have to start to see, because that starts the process. So your thought creates the feeling, and it's the feeling that puts out the vibration into the energetic realm. But ultimately, have your ideals, have your vision, but be prepared that you don't need to know the how, and actually the universe could bring you something even better. So be open to that, be playful with that, because the minute, again, going back to what I did in my career with force and control, if we then start to bring in force and control with what we manifest, guess what? The vibration is going to be force, control, neediness. That's what you're attracting in. So actually just releasing that resistance and being open to the belief that whatever is meant for you will not pass you by.
Oh, so good. Thank you for sharing that, Fiona. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
I'm on Facebook, and you can find me on Facebook as Law of Attraction Expert UK. On Instagram, Fiona_Drake_coaching, and you can also find me on LinkedIn as well under Fiona Drake.
Beautiful. Thank you
Thank
so much.
Thank
Fiona.
you. Thank
Stay
you
tuned.
so
We'll
much.
be right back with more on Good Morning La La Land. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. I am so excited to welcome Jordan back to the show. She is here representing Speechless Dresses, and we want to talk about what just happened over the weekend with Girls Inc.
Yeah, we had an amazing event. Girls Inc. is a great organization, teaches young women to be smart, bold, and strong, and that's definitely what we did. We brought homecoming dresses to them. We had about 35 girls show up, and we were just able to give them their amazing homecoming dress, and they were all looked beautiful, and we're so grateful, and we're so blessed we can be a part of it.
I love that, though, and the mission and community behind Speechless. Can you speak to that a little bit, too? It's beyond just the fun and flirty feminine dresses. It's really about empowering young girls.
Yeah, definitely. We want everyone to feel confident with what they're wearing, and I know when you put on your perfect dress, that you just light up. You know, you're always looking for that confidence booster. And some of these girls just, they weren't even into finding their homecoming dresses at first. They wouldn't like to talk about it.
Some of them were afraid to come out of the dressing room.
Exactly.
And all the dressing rooms were named like the fabulous room, the darling room. And some of them would call us in and say, I'm too scared to come out. Will you come see this? And then when they did, they just lit up.
And, I mean, we even got emails from mothers afterwards that were like, when they left, when they went to the event, they weren't into it, they were shy, and then as soon as they got home, they wouldn't stop talking about it. They were like, I found the perfect dress, and it just gave them that confidence booster that just warmed our hearts. We're so happy we were a part of it. So.
Super cool. When did your journey with Girl Inc. begin?
So we have been with them for a while. We actually did prom last season, so we got to do the same thing, bring prom dresses. So we've always been with them. This time was a little different. It was our best event yet. We got to bring out a red carpet, so the girls got to walk down, and I know you taught them how to walk.
I was like, at the end of it, I was like, I asked people what they were wearing for a living, so what are you wearing?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. They had their own little like a red carpet interview, which was amazing. We also did a shoe drive this time over at our office in the City of Industry. We had all of our employees bring in any shoes they would like to donate, so these women had heels to complete their look. So that was a whole nother experience. And then Sephora was actually there as well. So they taught these girls how to give themselves a makeover and just have that perfect homecoming look. So
Cool is that?
Yeah.
Catwalk 101?
Oh, absolutely. A couple of us had our moment.
Yeah.
We were like, oh no, I'm too scared. And then they just turned the
they
timer.
just turned around and
America's Next Top Model.
Exactly.
Look out. Do you remember homecoming, Erin?
I don't think I went to homecoming. I definitely went to prom, but there was so many dances. I wasn't like one of those kids. I was like the cool kids that are too cool.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I look forward to these events like year round.
Oh yeah.
It's always been about what was I going to wear to the
Oh, I know. Yeah, finding a dress is just so difficult sometimes, and just having all of them in front of you. And we had our personal stylist there as well to just like, oh, this would look amazing on you. What would you feel more comfortable in? And just made it really easy for these girls to find their perfect
What are the
dress.
top trends for homecoming?
So we were really into the high-low look this year. Showing off your shoulders is always fun. So short in the front, long in the back. Then we also always love glitter. So sometimes we have a little bling here and there. So yeah, just different looks this year, but
strong, smart, and bold. Well, Jordan, please tell everyone where they can find and follow Speechless.
Yeah, so we have our Instagram at Speechless Dresses, and then we have our website where you can find all of our dresses, www.speechlessdresses.com.
Hashtag leave them speechless.
Hashtag leave them
And stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Hi, I'm Dr. Erin, host of Good Morning La La Land on EverTalk TV. I'm a doctor of divinity, and I absolutely love being a host. And the reason why is because each day I wake up and I come into the studio and I'm always blown away by the amount of different stories coming together. My mission is to awaken 1 billion people. And I have been blown away to realize that it's not just the spiritual people, that we talk to people that are on reality TV, we talk to actors, we talk to people who have had incredible stories and trials and triumphs, and there's a common denominator between all of them. Every single person desires to have a greater life and awaken to the best life they can live. I'm Dr. Erin, and I'm a host on EverTalk TV. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La. We all are about transforming our lives, especially our skin. We have Olivia in the house going to talk to us about some great new products.
Yes, and I'm going to talk about the latest products that we have at O Skincare. So it's called the Secret Pearl. So one of that is it will make your skin, like the lines and wrinkles, it will diminish in just one application.
Oh, great.
Wow.
In one application.
Yes.
You have discovered a true secret. Wow, that is spectacular. Your journey is so interesting as an entrepreneur and as a skincare guru. Would you share with us a bit about
Yes.
how you came to this point today?
Yes, because I'm a computer programmer, but my passion has always been skincare. So I love taking care of skin. I love taking care of other people's skin. So I went into the aesthetics field. So with that, and then I fell in love, and then I loved treating people's pigmentation, the discoloration, the acne. I love helping people.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, sign us up. So tell us a little bit about each of these products.
Okay, so we have the SPF. It's called the regular sunblock, but what's good about that is it has, it's a water resistant. So when you go swimming, when you go to the gym, it doesn't, it still gives you the protection, and then it doesn't make you cakey or sticky at all. Like when you apply sunblock, sometimes the client would say, "Oh, I don't like it," especially the men, because it's sticky on their skin.
Yeah, like it's everywhere.
The old
Yes. Yes.
What else do you have there?
And also we have the secret gold, 24 karat gold. So the 24 karat gold, actually when you apply it on the skin, so it's white, but once you keep on rubbing, it aggravates the 24 karat. So it's like a mask, it's a sleep-on mask. When you apply it, and then the next day you'll have super glowing skin.
Now this is a celebrity red carpet secret. I know we first met at the Daytime Emmys, and all the celebrities were getting ready, and then came with this golden glow on the red carpet. So that's that secret, really.
Yes, actually, it gets them ready for the red carpet the next day. And also, what's good about that, we also have a secret glow sleep mask. So it's a collagen-based product. So when you apply it on the skin, same thing, you get amazingly bright and light skin in just one night. So that's our brand promise. Like, you get to see results immediately, but these are all natural. There's no chemical in it, and what's good about that is you see results immediately.
I love that holistic approach to it, because so many times I don't want to try a new product because I'm afraid of what's in it.
Yes,
Totally.
yes.
I'm kind of obsessed with eye creams. Do you have any eye creams?
Actually,
I need some lotion. I just ran out of all the lotions of it.
It's a new thing, yeah.
Yeah, so the eye cream I'm coming up, but I'm still in the middle of formulating, because I don't want to release a product that's not at par at what I have right now.
So we have that to look forward to.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes,
and if they're in the Southern California area, they can come to your spa, right? Tell us a little bit about some of the services you provide.
Okay, so we have, it's a medical spa, so we have facials, our O signature facials. We have Botox, fillers, microblading for the eyebrows, and also we have the Magic Foundation, actually. It's a treatment that we apply on the client's skin, and the foundation doesn't come off for 1 month.
Wow.
But it's a skincare.
Well,
Okay.
it's like permanent makeup?
Sign me
So-
up.
so- yeah.
I love that, right?
Yeah, it's like a
Sounds pretty-
semi-permanent. But it's a skincare that we really infuse to your skin. So when you wash your face in the morning, it doesn't come off.
This is the single girl's dream.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm going in. It's on.
You can literally now sleep in your makeup. That's genius, Miss Al.
Yes.
I so love that.
Yeah.
It's so great. So tell people where they can find and follow.
Yes, okay, so they can follow me on Instagram at Olivia Cuido, and also on Facebook, Olivia Cuido. But our medical spa is located in Cerritos Mall at 369 Los Cerritos Center, Cerritos, and also in Eagle Rock Plaza Mall at 2700 Colorado Boulevard, Suite 103, Los Angeles, California. So,
Go.
yes.
There you go. Be sure to get your secret glow and
Yay.
check out Miss O. We are Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. All of today's interviews are available as a podcast on iTunes, and the whole show is streaming on EverTalk TV on Apple TV and Roku.
That's right. We're waking up the world together, guys. Have a great transformation Tuesday, and have a great day.
All right.
It's going to be a good morning, La La Land.